Okay, so we want to introduce our multi-mode flasher relay. What it allows you to do is replace a standard relay found in most motorcycles and configure different flashing patterns for your turn signal lights. So let's turn it on. So instead of the boring blink blink turn signal, now you can have a different various patterns. And we have right now eight various patterns with 5 different speeds, so it makes it up to 40 different variations. So we're gonna go into the configuration mode, and we're gonna show you how with the push of the button you can choose different pattern. So here is this pattern, and slightly faster. Push with the button, it goes faster. Here's the fastest one. So push with the button goes to the next flashing mode. This is the first slowest speed. Here's the second speed, third speed, fourth, and fifth. And then here's the, once we go through all 5, it goes to the next flashing mode and so forth. It's very exciting. You can that you can make your turn signal now flash very differently. So we have we can make it flash faster. So we'll do the fastest, and then we'll switch to the next one. So this mode emulates incandescent light, where the light comes on slowly and turns off slowly, like the standard bulbs would do. But now you can do it with LED light. Or you can go back to the standard on off, on off. Alright, we're gonna show you how the multi-mode flasher relay is connected instead of the standard blinker relay. So what we have here, I connected the circuit as you would normally found on motorcycles. It looks like this. Normally the power supplied to the turn signal relay from the ignition wire, and then it goes to turn signal switch that could be in neutral position or could turn to the left or to the right. On the US motorcycles, this is mostly the case because they don't use the 4-way flashing, hazard flashing. On the European motorcycles, there is a 4-way flashing, and turn signal switch would connect would route the signal from the relay to both the left and right side. There's also sometimes the extra wire going to the signal relay. So what I have here is I have a standard relay. It connected to the power, so it connected to the 12 source, as we see in the picture here. So it connected to the 12 volt source. The output then goes to a switch, standard motorcycle switch, and then it splits left and right and goes to 2 lights, and the lights go back to the ground. So this is basically standard setup for motorcycles. So if we turn the power on and we turn the switch to the left, we have our left side flashing, and then neutral, and then right side. Alright, so this is the basic setup. So now we're gonna replace this with our multi-mode flasher. So the way multi-mode flasher is connected is very simple. This is original, this is how it's going to be connected. So we connect the multi-mode turn signal flasher instead of the standard flasher. We're going to rip it off and put the multi-mode flasher. The ignition wire goes to the red wire of the flasher, and ground. So we need the extra ground. Sometimes the turn signal relay have the ground coming to them, sometimes not. If not, you'll just need to run the wire to the ground. So it's a black wire from the flasher. The yellow wire would go back to the turn signal switch, and there are two configuration wires. They would need to be connected to the ground to configure the flasher. You can use, we would suggest you connect them to the buttons so it's easy to configure and reconfigure the timer. So let's do that. Let's turn the power off. Let's disconnect the connections here and reconnect. Alright, so let's talk about how flasher is configured. So first of all, if we would just turn the turn signal to the left and supply power, the light will flash. Turn to the right, light will flash. Pushing the buttons doesn't do anything. So what we're gonna do, to go into the configuration mode, you have to push two buttons and push the power, and then release the buttons. So now by pushing the button number 1, you'll see the selected pattern. You push the first button one more time and it goes to the next pattern and so forth. There are 8 total patterns with the 5 different speeds. So every time you go to the next pattern, then you're gonna go through the 5 different flashing rates, and then the next pattern and so forth. So total is 8 by 5, 4 different combinations. So here's fast flashing, here's strobing. So here's the first strobing, it's flash, and you push the button, it goes to the same pattern but faster. Here's the third speed, push again, fourth speed, and here's the fifth speed, very fast. And then you push one more time, it goes to next mode, and it's a different pattern. First speed, second, third, fourth, fifth, and it goes to the next pattern. 4 and 5, so this is the fastest. And next pattern. So here's another interesting pattern. Second speed, third speed, fourth speed, and fifth speed, and then it goes to the next model. Here's where it's emulating incandescent light. The light comes on slow, but then it shuts off quickly. So second speed, third, fourth, fifth, and then here's the next pattern. It's emulating the incandescent light, comes on slowly and shuts off slowly. The first speed, and you push your button one more time. Second speed, third speed, fourth speed, and fifth speed. And the next button, it goes to a standard on-off pattern. So if you would just shut the power off, you would select this last pattern. But we also need to set up the timeout. So the timeout is used when you forgot to turn the blinker, the turn signal off. It will shut off after the period of time, after the number of cycles. There are selections are either deactivated by with 0 cycles, it never shuts off. 100 cycles, 200 cycles, 300 cycles, and 500 cycles. So after 500 cycles, if you set it, it will turn off. But if you would switch the turn signal to the other side or to neutral, it will reactivate the turn signal again. So to set up the timeout, we would have to push the green button, and first we'll shut the lights off, and then we push the button and it will blink once because it's in the first selection, which is no timeout. Push it one more time, it's 2 times, it's 100 cycles. Push it again, it will blink 3 times. Push it again, it will blink another time, 4, and then push it one more time. 3, 4, 5. So it will tell us it's in for 5, it's 500 cycles. And push it one more time, goes to the 1, means it's deactivated. So if we just turn the power off and turn the power back on, the light will flash with whatever pattern we selected. Pushing the buttons doesn't do anything. So let's go over this one more time. Hold 2 buttons, push the power off, release, push the button, push the white button to select appropriate flashing pattern. Let's say we want this one. Timeout. If we don't want to change it, don't push the green button. But if we want to change it, push the button, and it will display it. So it's set up to second one. So it's 100 cycles. Let's say we want that. We turn the power off, and that's it. It will start blinking. After 200 cycles, it will shut off. It will switch to neutral, and then left side, it will start the count from the beginning. So here it is. Here's how you configure turn signal flashing. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. Thank you so much.